6 years. 6 years it's been vacant. Can you believe that? What am I talking about? I'm talking about the old Northgate Mall. And I'll tell you what, I used to really like the old Northgate Mall. It had a bunch of really cool shops and restaurants in it, some quirky things. In fact, it had a really great men's hat shop in it. And you know, that's me. I love my hats. But it's been vacant. It's been vacant 6 years. I can't believe that. That's a large property in northern Durham there. And it's been problematic trying to get people to come back in there and redo it. Well, they finally got a good developer that's going to be redoing it. And they have a good developer that's going to go in there now and redevelop it all, tear down a whole bunch of buildings, rebuild it. And they now have a new tenant that's going to go in there to anchor the whole thing. And who is it going to be? It's going to be Target. Target's a pretty good retail to bring in there. I would much prefer Target rather as opposed to Walmart. Target's kind of a little bit of a step above Walmart. And that's going to be a good anchor for the new development there. By the way, it's no longer going to be called Northgate Mall. It's now going to be called Ellerbe Square, named after the really nice creek that runs through there. By the way, if you're looking for a nice little walk, there's the Ellerbe Creek Walk in Northgate Park, which is just north of 85. Northgate, the old Northgate Mall is just south of 85. So go find Ellerbe Creek, and that'll lead you all the way up to the Museum of Life and Sciences, which is a really cool museum on Murray Road. You got to check that out if you ever get a chance. So Target's going to go in there. There's going to be a whole bunch of new restaurants and new retail. The place is going to get a complete makeover. Also, in addition to Target being there, it's interesting that just 2 blocks away, basically on the other side of the Hampton Inn, which if you know what that is, that's just east of Northgate Mall. There's going to be a new luxury apartment complex that's going to be put in there. That is going to be called Vera Trinity Park. And I don't know how you pronounce Vera, V-A-R-A, Vera, I don't know, whatever, Vera Trinity Park. And it's going to be 3 4 to 5 story buildings with luxury apartments. They're going to have all sorts of really cool things in there. They're going to have a co-working space and a 2-story social room. That should be pretty nice. They say they're going to make it in the Craftsman-style. I've seen pictures of it. I'm not quite sure they're pulling off the Craftsman-style the way that should be. You know, if you know Northgate Park, which is that really nice neighborhood just north of Interstate 85, most of those homes in there are Craftsman-style and bungalows, and that's a really cute neighborhood. If you're looking for a nice place to go to buy a home, that's a great place to look, Northgate Park. And speaking of large retail companies that are going in to redevelop, the next one is going to be also on the north side of Durham. It's going to be at a place called Latta Park, and we're going to have a brand new Publix grocery store there. It's actually going to be opening pretty soon, April 11th. The interesting thing about this is that that whole Latta Park is going to be redevelopment for multi-use. It's going to have a lot of restaurants. It's going to have some green space, open outdoor dining. It's going to have a place for food trucks to come and line up and have a party there. And the back side of that is going to be the Grove at Latta Park, and that's being developed by TriPoint Homes, which is a developer, home builder that I like. I think they do a pretty good job. They build tract homes, and they do a pretty good job. And this development is going to have 176 townhomes of 2 and 3 story high townhomes. And that's a good thing. That's kind of what we need. That's kind of the missing middle of the housing that we need. These homes are going to be priced at about the upper 300s, they say. And I'll be looking forward to that. We need more good, solid, well-done townhomes, and I'm confident that TriPoint Homes will do a good job there. These townhomes are going to be about 1,650 square feet, about 2,300 square feet, and they're going to be walking distance to that Publix grocery stores and all the other restaurants at Latta Park. Also, it's important to note that some of those townhomes are going to be set aside as affordable housing for people who are earning about 60% of the median income in the Durham area. That's a good thing. While the Publix grocery store is slated to open on April 11th, it's going to take a little bit longer for the other restaurants and the townhomes to be ready. The townhomes should begin to be ready probably in mid to late spring. So talk to me if you'd like to take a look at one of those. I'd be happy to help you take a look at that. That's your Durham housing update for April of 2026. If you need more information, contact me. I really appreciate your time. Thank you.